Hi, in this video we discuss the iter tools in Python. Now open the Jupyter notebook, use the command Jupyter space notebook and hit enter. I already opened the Jupyter notebook. Now what is the iter tools? The iter tools is the module in Python. The iter tools contains the different functions. The iter tools is the module. The module contains the different types of iterators. Each iterators contains the different types of functions. Now infinite iterators contains the functions, and combinatoric iterators contains the functions, and iterators terminating shortest input sequence contains the functions. Now how to use the functions in the iter tools module? Using the from keyword, from module name import the any one function based on your requirement. Now we discuss the one by one. Infinite iterators. Here the infinite iterators contains the different functions. For example, count, cycle, repeat. Now how to handle the iterators in iter tools? Now the count, cycle, repeat are the infinite iterators functions. Now from iter tools import count. After import you can use it. Now what is the iter tool is? It creates the iterator used for iterate the every element in the your iterable object, and also the iter tools are efficient looping in Python. For example, in your Python contains the two for loops. Using the iter tools, instead of two for loops you can use the only one loop. It reduces the time complexity and space complexity in your code. Now how to use the count? You can use the iterable for I in count of. Here count takes the two parameters. First parameter is the starting value and second parameter is the step. That means first 10 will be print, after the 2 will be added to the 10. In the second iteration it prints the 12, after it prints the 14, after 16, and so on. Now print I. Here it run in the infinite time because it iterates the infinite times. Click on run. Here you can check it returns the infinite times. Now use the interrupt the kernel. Click on that. Here your infinite iteration is stopped by error. Keyboard interrupt. You can use the other Python editors control with C key. This is the count and how to use the any condition using the count function. For example, for I in count, it is used for iterates the your items. Now print I. Now I check the condition. If I less than 25, break. If the condition is true, it breaks the for loop, the control out of the loop. Click on run. Here it returns the 10 only. Because in the first iteration I contains the 10, the condition is true, break the your code. Here you can use click on run. Here it returns the 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Here first to print the data, after check the condition. After print the 26, it checks the condition. 26 is greater than 25. Condition is true. Then break the your control. That is the control out of the loop. Next use the cycle. The cycle function that means your cycle function makes a iterator and iterates the every first item in the iterable. That means the cycle contains the iterable objects. It iterates the first objects and from the second object and from the third object and so on. And how to use it? First import from itertools, import cycle, click on run. Here you can use a for loop for I in cycle is the function. Here for example you can use the I use the list that contains the hello is the one string, welcome is the another string, Python is the another string. Means it is the iterable object and print the I. Here what is the cycle means? It iterates the first item and second item and third item in the your iterable, and again it repeats the hello, welcome, Python, and again hello, welcome, Python. This is the infinite times. Here it is running infinite times. You can use the interrupt the kernel. Click on that. The keyboard interrupt error is there. Now repeat function from itertools, import repeat, click on run. Here use the repeat function. Here you can use, for example, I print a one color. Here it repeats the infinite times, means repeat your string. Click on run. Now it is running in the infinite times. Now interrupt the kernel. Click on interrupt the kernel. Now and you can pass the second parameter in the repeat as a integer. How? For I in repeat of pass the color. Here 3 means the red is repeated 3 times. Click on run. Here it repeats the 3 times. These are the infinite iterators. Now we discuss the combinatoric iterators. Now what are the combinatoric iterators? Find out the combinations in the your iterables called as a combinatoric iterators and how to use it. From iter tools, import. For example, we discuss the first, list out the what are the functions. Product, combinations, permutations, combination with replacement. Now we discuss the one by one. From iter tools, import product, click on run. The product returns the Cartesian product of the your iterable object. For I in product, here I pass the two lists. For example, 1 2 3 4. Here 5 6 7 8. Here I pass the two lists. Here print the I, click on run. Here it returns the Cartesian product. That means the first list contains the first item along with the all the items in the second list. The second item in the first list along with the all the items in the second list. The third item in the first list along with the all the items in the second list. The last element in the first list along with the all the elements in the second list. Now you can also use, for example, here it returns the tuple. The tuple contains the two items. For example, 1 comma 5. Here we use the two variables. That means the first item will be stored in a I, the second item is stored in a j. Now print I into j. Click on run. Here it returns the product of your tuple. Now in actually your Python program contains the two loops needed for the logic. How? Two loops needed without a product function. For example, for I in the first list is 1 2 3 4. And the second inner loop is for j in 5 6 7 8. Now print I comma j. Here it returns the 1 along with the all the elements in second list, that is the inner list. Then the second item in the first list along with the all the items in the second list. The third element in the first list along with the all the elements in the second list. That means here this is the third element, all the elements in the second list. Here the last item in the first list along with the all the items in the second list. Now we can also use I into j. I into j. Now click on run. Here it returns the same as a above product function. This means using the editor tools, efficient use of the looping statements in your code. Now the next item is permutations. Now first import the permutations functions in the editor tools module. Click on run. Here use the for in permutations. Here we can pass any iterable. For example, I pass a one string. Print I, click on run. Here what happens? It returns the all possible permutations on given string hello. Here these are the all the permutations. Now you can also use the second parameter as a integer. Now here it returns the length 3 permutations. Here the length 5 permutations because hello length is 5. Here I use the 3. It returns the 3 length permutations. Click on run. Here it returns the length 3 permutations. The next one is combinations. Now use the for loop. First import the combinations in the editor tools module. Here you can pass same hello. Here you can pass the integer. It is required. Print I, click on run. Sorry, first import from editor tools, import combinations. Click on run. Here it returns the all the combinations with length 3. Now the next method is combinations with replacement. From editor tools, import the combinations with replacement. Click on run. After importing you can use it. You can also use the alias name. For example, alias name as combinations with replacement. Here directly use the alias name. Here you can pass string along with the integer, that is the r. For example, I pass the same hello and pass a integer is 3. Now print I, click on run. Sorry, first run the above cell. Click on run. Here it returns the combinations with the replacement. The first H character is repeated 3 times because we are giving the R is a 3. After H is repeated 2 times, after E is added. After H is repeated 3 times along with the L. After H is repeated 2 times, after another L. After H is repeated 2 times along with the O. And again E is repeated 3 times. After E is repeated 2 times and L, the E is repeated 2 times, another L, E is repeated 2 times along with O. After L is repeated 3 times, after L is repeated 2 times with another L, L is repeated 2 times with O. After L is repeated 3 times, L is repeated 2 times with O. Finally O is repeated 3 times. That is the combinations with replacement. Now the next type of functions is iterators terminating shortest input sequence. Now it iterates all the your input sequence. After completing the your sequence, it is terminated without, like, it is not run in the infinite time. After completing the your input, it is terminating automatically. Now what are the functions? Accumulate, now chain, compress, drop while, filter false, group by, and islice. These are the main functions in the iterators terminating shortest input sequence. Now how to use the functions? Using the iter tools, import accumulate. Here the accumulate is used for returns the accumulate sum. Now click on the run. Here first we discuss the, here the accumulate is it iterates the elements in the your iterable object item and returns a accumulate sum. Now how to use it? Using the for loop, for I in accumulate. Here for example pass any iterable object. For example I pass a one list. Now print I. The list is the input sequence. After completing the input sequence, it is terminated. Here the iterator is iterables the your input sequence, that is the iterable item object. Here click on the run. The first iteration the 0 is printed. In the next iteration the 0 1 is added. In the next iteration 0 1 2 3 is added. In the next iteration 0 1 2 3 is added. In the next iteration 0 1 2 2 3 3 added. In the next iteration 0 1 2 3 3 4 is sum. The next iteration 0 to 5 and 0 to 6. This is the accumulate sum. Now use the chain function. First import the chain, click on run. Now use the for loop, because this is the iterable object. If you print the iterable object using for loop, then I am directly using the for loop. Here in that chain I pass a, for example, hello is the one string, and another one is the welcome, and another one is the Python, and print I. The chain means it iterates the every item in the your first iterable item. The iterable item is iterable after your another item is iterable, and finally the another item is iterable, and so on. That means first HELLO is printed in the prompt, after WELCOM is printed in the prompt, after PYTHON is printed in the prompt. Not a directly, it prints a directly string. It prints the every character, that is the chain. Now click on the run. Here it prints the HELLOWELCOME Now the next function is compress. From iter tools, import compress, click on run. For I in compress of, here you can pass, for example, I pass a one string. The second parameter as a selector list. For example, I pass a 1, 2, false, 0. That means it checks the first item is true or not. If first item is a, it checks the selector item is a true, it prints the prompt. Otherwise skip. Here the first character is a. Here the first item is true. Here then it returns the a. The second character is B. Here the list item contains the selector item is 2. Here it is a true, returns in the prompt. Here the third character is C. Here the list item contains the false. Then the C is false. It is skipped. Here the finally D. The D is the 0. 0 means false. It is also skipped. Now only AB is printed in the prompt. That means only true items are printed in the prompt. It compresses the your strings. Click on run. Only AB is printed in the prompt. The next method is drop while. From iter tools, import drop while. Use the for loop for I in drop while. The drop while is used to, it starts the returning the elements from iterable when your condition is failed. Here I pass a 2 parameters. First one is the function. I pass the one argument and check the condition, and second parameter is the iterable object, that is the list. I pass the some data. Here it starts the returning a values in the prompt from iterable when your condition is false, that means failed. print I, click on run. Here first it checks the 1 is less than 7, the condition is true, it is skip. The second, the 2 is greater than 7, sorry, the 2 is less than 7, the first iteration, the 1 is less than 7, the condition is true, it skips the, and the second iteration, the 2 is less than 7, it is also true, it is skipped for printing in the next iteration 7 less than 7, the condition is false. When your condition is false, from that element all the your list items are printed in the prompt, that is the drop while. Here you can also write the your own Python code for drop while. We discuss in the end of the video. In the next function is filter false. From iter tools, import filter false, click on run. For I in filter false, here also you can pass the same code. What happens? Here it returns the only condition failed items. Click on run. Here only these items are failed with the conditions, because the 1 is less than 7 is true, the 2 is less than 7 is true, the 7 is less than 7, condition false, then printed in the prompt. In the next item 6 is less than 7, the condition is true, the 7 less than 7, the condition is false, and it prints the prompt. And 8 is less than 7, the condition is false, here 8 is printed. And finally the 9 is less than 7, the 9 is printed, the 0 is less than 7, condition is true, then it is skipped. Now the next function is group by. From iter tools, import group by. Click on run. Here it is used for groups the your adjacent matching items. For I in group by, here you can pass as a string. For example, I pass a AAA, BB, AA, CC, DDD, E, FF, AA. Here this is the your string. It returns the key and groups. The groups contains the sublist items. Now the keys are stored as a key, and the sub items are stored as a variable v. Now print only key. Here it returns the only keys. Click on run. Here it returns the keys, that means the A, this is the O, this is the adjacent matching items. First the key is A, here the next time the B adjacent items are matching, then the key is B. The next time the adjacent AA matching, A is key. The next time the CCC are the adjacent matching, then key is C, and so on. Now you can also print values, that is the your sublist items. Click on run. Here these are the itertools group object. You can use directly convert into the list. It prints as a list. Click on run. Here these are the adjacent matching first key. This is the adjacent matching second key, and so on. Now final method is islice. The islice is the indexed slice. Here you can use a for I in islice of. Here three parameters are: first parameter is your iterable object, and second parameter is start, and the third parameter is stop, the optional stop parameter. Here I pass a first parameter as a 1 2 3 4 5 6, and second parameter as a 2. For example, I pass print on I, click on run. First import the function. Now click on run. Here it returns the 1 and 2. How? Here it returns the 0 and first indexed values. That means the range from 0 to 2. It returns the before the second index, that is the 1 is the 0 index, 2 is the 1 is the 0 index, 2 is the first index, 3 is the second index. Before the second index, the list items are printed. Now you can also use stop also. For example, 4. Now click on run. Here what happens? It starts from second index and ends with the fourth index. That means index 2, index 3 is printed in the prompt. That means before ending element, all the your list items are printed from the starting index. Here the starting index is 2, that is the 3, and the 3 is the second index, and third index contains the 4. Then it returns the second index value and third index value. Index starts from 0 to n minus 1. These are the itertool functions. Now write a code for drop while. Here how? The drop while contains, here the drop while returns the when your condition is false. Here I have a same list. Here same list. For example, the list is the L. Now check for I in iterates the every item in the list. If the condition is x less than 7, here print, sorry, I, not a x here, print the I value, else, sorry, if the condition is true, else print your item data at a time. How? You can first find out the index value, L dot index of your I value. From that index, here from that index you can find out all your list. Here the first condition is true. Here you can also use the pass. Here ind, okay, length of L. Here you can use the break. Now click on run. Here what happens? The first I contains the 1. I explain the tracing. First I contains the I less than 7. Here the first iteration I contains the 1. It checks the condition I less than 7. Now if the condition is true, I pass the data, means no code is executed in the your prompt. In the next iteration I contains the 2. That means 2 is less than 7. This is also true. I pass the data, means no code is executed. This means bypasses the your code. In the next iteration the I contains the 7. Now check 7 is less than 7. You can check here 7 is less than 7. Click on run. The condition is false. Now what happens? The else block was executed. Now from that 7 to end of the list data is printed in the prompt. Now I find out the first 7 index value. From that index end of the list data is printed. I am using the slicing. Here the 7th the 7 index is here 2. That means here L of 2 to length of your list. Here your length, this is the length is 7. 2 to 7 means 2 to 6 indexes values are printed in the prompt. That means before the 7th index. Here these are the list items are printed in the prompt. I find out the first index value. From that index end of the your list items. From that index end of the your list items are printed. After, without using the break, it again iterates the your loop. Then I use the break. Whenever the condition is failed, the else block is executed only one time. Here only one time is executed. After break, the control out of the loop. Without using the break, after else block is executed, again the for block is executed, that is for loop is executed. Again it checks the condition, the else block is executed, again for loop is executed. Every time the print statement is executed when your if block was failed. That means I am using the break only one times your list items are printed in the prompt, and break means no the control out of the loop and print the data in the prompt. Now this is the logic of drop while function in EtherTools. Thank you for taking the time. Good luck.